Now, APIs, of course, are not something that we, the port, came up with, or something that's proprietary to us. APIs, you see them in use literally all over the internet. Okay, if you pull out your iPhone and you play with your Facebook, what you're playing with is an application that's written utilizing Facebook's APIs. It's the same with Twitter. In fact, just about any application that you can use on a mobile device is going to be written on top of APIs. It's going to leverage, it's going to be leveraging data from some remote system. It's going to pull data from that system. Not only is it going to pull, but it's also going to, in the case of, say, like if you were to make a tweet from your iPhone, or if you were to update your status on your Facebook mobile device, or from your mobile device, you're utilizing APIs to get and also to write back data to the remote system. Now, if you've ever been on CNN.com's landing page, their home page, you may have noticed this module here. Okay, it knows that my Facebook profile, that my name is Michael Dugan. It knows something about my friends. It basically utilizes Facebook, one or more of Facebook's APIs to get an idea of who I am, and also who my friends are, and what sort of things that I might be interested in. Now, when you start thinking about this, you realize this starts to become a very, very, very powerful thing. Okay. Okay. Let us look at some of the port's APIs. Okay. So, using the exact same model we used earlier, basically with a web browser to get some data. If you notice this URL, what I'm doing here is I'm hitting one of our QA communities. If you're an external developer, this would essentially work exactly the same way, except for rather than port QA, it would be ThePort.com. Now, this is, we'll get a lot more into this later, but this is a RESTful service. Essentially what this is saying is, give me a random sampling of users. Here's my developer key. Currently, all of our APIs require authentication. If you notice earlier, when we were hitting the Twitter API, there was really nothing. There's really no authentication that was required. Now, Twitter has a mix, kind of a mixed bag of APIs that require authentication, APIs that don't require authentication. That one did not. In our case, all of our APIs will require authentication via this developer key that a developer can get from the admin panel within your community. Okay. By default, we provide our APIs in XML. We'll get into the XML versus JSON later. So we refresh this. Okay, now this by default is going to be sorted by date created. So think of this as the 20 most recent users that registered within this community. Okay, it's as simple as that. I would encourage you to visit. Okay, notice my URL here: community.theport.com/groups/APIs. Okay, and there's extensive documentation on what has become a very large library of APIs, and you can of course use these APIs to build applications, build very robust, very powerful applications, integrate it with other APIs from other sources, and do some really, really cool stuff.